You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
There's a 911 emergency happening every Wednesday night on NBC. Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD are launching new seasons filled with edge-of-your-seat emergencies. Produced by Emmy Award winner Dick Wolf, you can count on gripping storylines featuring heroic first responders. And today I am joined by 3 stars from these series, Daniel Kyrie, Oliver Platt, and Amy Morton. Thank you all for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Daniel, why don't we start with you? Things are really heating up. What can viewers expect from Chicago Fire this season?
Just what you said. There's going to be a lot of heat. We're coming with that straight fire this season. Things are. There's a lot of new elements this season in the form of new cast members, and of course these characters bring something different to the show than what we've seen before. And so I think just a lot of the friction that comes up is kind of about that. How do these characters adapt to new leadership, especially after having, Chief Bowden for so many years. And this new guy comes in and he's got some new rules. And I think some people aren't too happy about it, but we all have to do our job and show up. And so those things, those little bumps in the road come up, and it's really exhilarating and exciting to watch.
So it might not be a case of the old boss is the same as the new boss, or the new boss same as the old boss situation.
Exactly, very different.
Very nice. Okay, well, Oliver, moving on to Chicago Med, your character is like the Sherlock Holmes of psychiatry. For people who are new to watching the series, tell us a little bit about your character and how he evolves in the storyline.
One of the aspects of the character that is so much fun is that they're, a lot of times, the first time somebody is presenting with a mental health crisis, they actually don't know what's going on, and so they come to a general hospital emergency room, and so often, and sometimes it's apparent what's going on, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes a mental health crisis can be the sort of the forerunner, the canary in the coal mine is actually a physical thing. And that's something that's so much fun about the role is sort of trying to chase down these medical mysteries.
Something Dick Wolf is so good at weaving in his storylines so often. Very exciting. All right, well, Amy, it would not be a Dick Wolf series without a tough female character. You play Sergeant Trudy Platt, and she is described as a tough as nails desk sergeant. What's your character facing this season?
I can't tell you too much because we don't get a lot of advance notice about what the season is going to hold. But there is a lot of action happening, particularly in the first few episodes, and I'm involved with one storyline quite a bit, particularly in episode 2, and there's a lot of emergencies happening. So that's about what I can tell you about in terms of what I personally will be doing. The storylines coming up, there's a lot to anticipate. We have a new cast member joining us, and she's fantastic, Toya Turner. And there will be a promotion happening for someone, and possibly a wedding for someone, and so there's a lot happening this season.
Ooh, I love it. Some personal storylines, too. Well, I would be remiss in not asking you, again, because Chicago is my hometown, do you have a favorite pizza?
Oh, my God. I as well am a Chicagoan born and bred, and I'm not gonna answer that, mainly because there's not just one. There's quite a few that I really love. So I'm gonna let someone else give their favorites.
Gentlemen?
Listen, different pizzas for different moods, but lately I've really been liking Nancy's pizza it's close to me, and I order it sometimes when I get home after a hard day on the job, and I have myself a slice.
Love it. Oliver, you got one?
Not being the only born and bred Chicagoan, it's a little easier for I don't know the politics. It's a little easier for me to answer this question. And basically, the very first day I was shooting on this show, they brought Illuminatis.
Of course.
And end of story. What can I say? Simple answer.
Well, Oliver, I'll share a dirty little secret. Here in Little Rock, Arkansas, I have Lou Malnati shipped to me. So you have a little piece of my heart in Chicago. Thank you for doing what you do. What a privilege it is to meet all three of you, and continued success on all of these Chicago series.
Thanks
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.
Well, that is so exciting. I hope you enjoyed meeting these three incredible cast members and following their journeys as the Chicago series created by producer Dick Wolf unfolds this season. Be sure to catch the new Chicago Fire, the new Chicago Med, and the new Chicago PD seasons tonight, and you can binge watch previous seasons on Peacock. Love the skin you're in with a personalized skincare routine, aesthetic services, and products with a luxe experience to match. We'll tell you more about the Skin Bride program from Skin at Frank's, meant to help you put your best face forward for that special day. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.